May, this one's for you. Grandma, I will love you forever. Welcome back to Slow Roll. My name is Stephanie. Videos every Wednesday discussing chronic illness, product reviews, and the day-to-day. If that seems interesting to you, please subscribe down below. I had a completely different video organized for you this week, but on Saturday after attending the IG walk for Alzheimer's with my mom, I knew I had to change it and share with you the impact my grandmother had on me, my life, and dementia won't ever change those facts. My grandmother is a loving entrepreneur that never stopped helping people with a work ethic I cannot even start to describe. As a child, I spent almost every weekend with my grandparents, hanging out, watching golf with my grandpa, watching movies we rented from the local movie rental store after picking $1 worth of 5-cent candies. I still love those darn marshmallow yellow bananas, and for anyone who knows me, I hate bananas. For some reason, those things just always hit the spot. Spending time with my grandma, helping her with her business, are memories I will cherish greatly for the rest of my life. Everything from organizing stock to helping her reorganize contact cards to even writing personalized thank you notes to some of her clients, as my grandma dictated them to me. And the hours upon hours spent doing inventory twice a year. 2 a.m. would roll around and her and I would still be in her studio laughing because we had finally found the 30-second unit of something we had been looking for hours earlier. Grandpa would come down. Girls, it's 2 a.m. I think it's time for bed. You can finish tomorrow. My grandma would look at her watch and exclaim, "Oh dear, you need to get to bed." Just a few more lines I would request. So many years spent working with her taught me so many of the business values I still hold dear to my heart today. I've been very lucky though. I have had my fair share of health issues. Most of my immediate family has been quite healthy. Illness and death has not been top of mind in my life. I have not lost anyone very close to me. Moving forward to the last few years, between the changes in my own life and health and seeing my grandmother's brain take her bit by bit, the loss of the person you knew had been something I have had to face head on in the last few years. It's not easy to deal with changes you did not ask for, changes for the most part you did not want either. Seeing my grandmother decline has taught me more than anything that life is precious. Not only is it short, like people like to say, more importantly, it's precious. The moments you share with family and friends are precious. You don't know what tomorrow will bring or what could happen. Even in her illness, she continues to teach me such important values to life and such important values that I keep dear to my heart. Dementia is the loss of cognitive function, thinking, remembering, and reasoning to such an extent that it interferes with a person's daily life and activities. Some people with dementia cannot control their emotions, and their personalities may even change. These disorders are not only increasingly frustrating for the person who has to deal with them, with a mountain of cognitive frustration on a day-to-day basis, but the impact on families and their relationships is significant. I cannot speak much to how my grandmother copes on a day-to-day with this disorder, which does create an additional complication, I'm sure. As her granddaughter, however, I have had spent most of the last few years unable to see my grandmother between my own health issues and then, of course, the pandemic hitting us in the middle of her significant decline and being in and out of hospital. After almost a full year of not being able to see her, a few months ago, I was finally able to make it out to see my grandmother in her new home. As we walked into the building, working our way through the hallways, I knew what we were going to be facing, but having to face it in person head on for the first time, I knew it wasn't going to be easy. Our visit was not a long one, as Grandma gets fatigued quickly, but I was determined to cherish every moment with her. Getting the lowdown on her daily lunch and the wonderful Elvis documentary she watched the night before. And it's not a grandma visit without a chunk of Kit Kat coming out. Giving her a big hug, wishing her hard, not knowing if next time we come, she will remember who I am, or whether she will still be having a good day like today was, or will be more challenging day, her asking when she gets to go home again. Emotionally knowing what that means and having to change the subject. Already grieving the loss of the days spent helping her with her business, knowing that these days, for so many reasons, not just her dementia, has closed that chapter of our lives forever. The walk over the weekend made me feel supported. Our family is not alone in this journey, and I'm not sure it makes it any easier, but it does lift a weight off the loneliness as we forge through the highs and lows of this disorder. I'm not sure what the future will hold for Grandma, but I know that Grandpa, my mom, and I, and the rest of the family that support us will always be there for her no matter what, doing what we can to ensure she is comfortable as possible and receives the support that she needs. Grandma, I think of you every day. This disorder will never take what we have and what we had and our wonderful memories away, and I will make sure of that. I love you always. I wanted to share this story because if you or someone you know is coping with a family member with dementia, I want you to know that they are not alone in their journey. I would truly appreciate you liking this video or sharing it with someone who needs to hear that they are not alone. Till next time, don't forget to slow your roll.